What's up, everybody? I'm Alex.
And I'm Jackson.
We play in the band Bad Business, and we're here to present to you Imbibe the Vibe.
Play me that old memory, won't you? Imbibe the vibe.
Where we take a drink pairing and we match it with a genre of music.
There you go. We take a playlist, we write a drink menu to it, and we just sort of talk about the fun parallels. What are we talking about today?
Talking about
Liquor-wise.
vodka.
It's vodka.
What goes well with vodka?
Everything.
I'm thinking, everything goes well
Every
with
single
vodka.
thing.
Sonically, we were thinking about this, and, neither of us love vodka necessarily.
I specifically dislike it.
But I'll tell you what, I was, sipping on a screwdriver
Okay.
Friday afternoon. I went out on my rollerblades, buzzed on screwdrivers, and I put on some late 70s, early 80s Euro disco.
Euro disco.
And
Yeah.
I thought, what a great pairing.
There you go.
It's spiky, it makes you feel like it's the cocaine of alcohol in a lot of ways.
I can see that.
But it's still kind of smooth.
Smooth and versatile. Vodka is nothing if not versatile. It, in the best of circumstances, doesn't taste like anything.
You're right.
Top shelf vodka is, they want it as close to water as you can get.
Oh.
That's right.
But we're talking about vodka today. We're matching it with Euro disco. I think this is one of my favorite tracks. This is one of the most classic Italo disco.
Yeah.
This is from 1980, McQuale Idea by Pino D'Angelo.
What are we making for it? I think it's a Greyhound.
All right.
This is a Greyhound of a track.
Talk to me why.
There's a few reasons. So, everybody knows that a grapefruit and vodka drink is called a Greyhound.
Correct. Yeah.
The grapefruit, the lovely fruit that it is, it's actually a crossbreed of a pomelo and a sweet orange. I mean, I can only imagine that this man has just barbecued his lungs for eons. Just to get that kind of, the dulcet low tone, Fun fact, the bass line from this tune is stolen, lifted, if you will, almost note for note from the disco classic Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now. Which is sort of why the grapefruit thing comes in.
100%.
Because it's a musical crossbreed.
We got fresh squeezed grapefruit, though, which I think is really important.
It's essential.
Sometimes when you go to the bar and they pull it out, it's like they have those just plastic things where you don't know where the juice has been. Which, I've actually been to bars where I've asked for a Greyhound, and what I found out is if they ask me, what's that? Then I just change to a beer.
Yeah.
Because I know that whatever they're pulling out of the bottom of the bar is going to be pretty awful. Which is why I'm happy to have this fresh squeezed grapefruit juice.
It's fresh squeezed or bust, my friend.
All right.
It's fresh squeezed or bust.
Well, hey, cheers. I had my buddy who was born in Rome. I couldn't find an actual translation online, so shout out to my buddy Rob Peterson that did this. Rob. But he gave me to this, and I thought I'd read. But it goes something like this. I met her in a discotheque. She was staring at me with the look of a snake. I approached her, but she didn't understand me. I looked at her, then she looked at me, and it made me go wild. Fred Astaire, in my opinion, was ecstatic, but a wimp. I shot her a kiss on the mouth, one of those pops like crumbling piste. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Maybe that was something that he didn't know how to translate.
This is why, like, literal translations of music in other languages
just does
not
quite
work.
Like Fred Astaire, in my opinion, was ecstatic but a wimp. I don't know if he was a wimp, but
Fred Astaire, he was a dancing man.
McQuale Idea.
It's almost perfect. It's an almost perfect, like, mid-tempo disco.
100%. All right. It's time for number 2. This is Color My Love by the Italian disco band Fun Fun. We're going Italian like for the first couple of ones, right? Color My Love, you say, right? It's pink.
Oh, it's pink.
It's Dale DeGroff's classic drink, made famous by who?
Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City.
From Sex and the City. Carrie, Charlotte, Samantha, and Miranda, they were influencers, you know?
They walked so influencers everywhere could run.
Jackson, why did you think of the Cosmo for this song specifically?
Just listen to this thing, man. Just listen to it. It's so, like, bright and for some reason very New York City to me. Just right on some ice with a lime wedge. We do not have highball glasses. It's going to be a fun theme of today.
That it's the first episode, and so we don't actually have all the right things.
We don't have any of the right things.
But we got the right music and we got the right alcohol.
That's right.
I think while Jackson's pouring the drink, I came up with I researched a little bit about this song, and I thought maybe I could kind of share a little bit about it. So Fun Fun was an Italian band. They were active from 1983 to 1994. They were backed by the production of 2 guys, Dario Ramiondi and Alvaro Vigolni. Producer duo. And and they met up with 2 vocalists, Angela Parisi and Ivana Spaniel and Anatola Pepe. But the band was kind of interesting. It was those 5 guys and then 4 dancers. So really the performance was like the guys in the production did all this music were kind of in the background. And then they had 2 singers. And then the rest of them, 3 singers, I'm sorry. And the dancers, the 4 dancers were actually part of the band officially. Which
I love that. I love it when dancers are in bands.
Yeah. So, Color My Love. It's bouncy. It's high energy. It's in the key of C. So when you think of the key of C is a little basic, right?
It's the key of the people.
You refer to the women of Sex and the City. I think they were the original basic, right?
They very well could have.
I mean, thinking about going to brunches, you know, drinking Cosmos, all that good stuff, you know. But, you know, also it's like one of the things that I thought was interesting about this, and I don't know what flavor this comes from. I think it might kind of come from the bitter and the sweet, because the key to this song was I was playing the chords on the piano, and I couldn't quite figure out. So there's sort of like these 2 like points of in harmony where there's the home and then there's like the away from home.
Tonic and dominant, if you will.
Yes, and so you have the 5, which is the dominant, and that feels like it's away from home. And then you have the 1, which is home. However, the C chord, because it's in the key of C, constantly shifts where I don't know if it's the 5 or if it's the 1.
That's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to our Cosmos.
Cosmos indeed. Look at it. It's so pink.
All right, this next track is Hot Stuff by Donna Summer. It's actually our only platinum hit on this entire playlist, but
good God, it's a good one.
Oh my God. So, I mean, it's funny. So, Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Before we talk about the drink pairing, let's address the elephant in the room. Why is this on the Eurodisco playlist? Donna Summer is American.
That is very true. Well, it is in the words of Cheers' Cliff Clavin, it is a little-known fact. It's a terrible Boston accent. It is a little-known fact that Donna Summer was based out of Germany for a good portion of her career.
That's where she got famous, right?
Yeah.
She spoke fluent German.
Yes, she did.
And she got hooked up with who?
Well, she met Giorio Moroder.
Who's basically the father of disco.
Yeah, and
the godfather of disco.
I have it on good information that we'll be hearing from him later.
So what do we got in this, before we dig into the music anymore, what do we got in this drink and what are we making?
Well, I think the only drink pairing for this one is the Moscow Mule. Ginger, it's about the hottest stuff there is. And vodka's already pretty hot stuff, so.
Yep. What else?
I mean, to me, Moscow Mule is the most attractive of vodka drinks to me. I don't know why. I'm
Yeah.
just a fool for ginger beer, I
Yeah.
guess. But it is a darn good one.
I think there's like a couple reasons why I feel like it's appropriate for the Moscow Mule. There's like historical
Now,
reasons.
just real quick,
Yeah.
we got a guitar solo from the great Jeff Skunk Baxter.
Jeff Skunk Baxter, but we can't listen to it for too long or else, we get into some fair use issues. So do us a favor, go to our playlist on Spotify because we're going to have this on our band profile page and you can listen to all of Hot Stuff and the glorious Jeff Skunk Baxter pick from the Doobie Brothers.
He is doing his Skunk Baxter thing that he did on all those Steely Dan records. And you know what?
Cheers to the Moscow Mule.
To the Moscow Mule and to Jeff Baxter, one of the sickest to ever do it. And still work as a missile defense consultant for the U.S.
At
Congress.
the Pentagon, yeah. You know what's interesting? A couple of things when I was thinking about how the flavor of the Moscow Mule matches with Hot Stuff. There's a historical reason to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you think about West Germany and the Moscow Mule, she was the closest, probably famous artist to the USSR at the time to come out with a platinum hit.
Geographically.
She was maybe a mile from the USSR.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when you think about that, like, there weren't any Grammy-winning artists coming out of the USSR at the time.
Oh, they weren't winning Grammy. There is actually, I mean, this might be a thing for a later episode. We get into the Soviet rock scene.
Yeah.
Because it existed and it was pretty awesome. But as far as Grammy-winning artists, I don't know if they were interested in the award of capitalism.
The award of making platinum records.
Yeah, which is like, is there a more capitalistic thing
than platinum records?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the most capitalistic.
Speaking of
thing.
capitalism, a little history of the Moscow Mule that I was looking up. So it was invented by John Morgan and Jack Martin at the Cock and Bull bar in 1941.
The Cock and Bull Saloon
Saloon.
in my native Los Angeles, California.
I was in Los Angeles. We're talking about communism versus capitalism.
Yeah.
This drink is a
drink
pure expression of capitalism
It really
for a couple
is.
of reasons.
Well, yeah.
Because Morgan...
We're getting into it.
Do you want to talk about
'Cause
Morgan or Martin?
Well, the guy who was Morgan or Martin.
There are three players in this
Hubline
story.
and Co.
There are three players in this story.
Heublein. How do you say that? Hublein?
I don't know.
Heublein? I have no idea.
So, if I may,
Yeah.
there are three players in this story. There is John Morgan and Jack Martin. Jack Martin purchased Smirnoff Distillery.
Yeah.
So he
they
had
acquired the West Coast distribution
He
rights.
had a ton of vodka.
Yeah.
Then you got John Morgan. He had a ton of stock at the Cock and Bull that he didn't know what to do with.
Well, he couldn't move the ginger beer.
You have a third person. Her name was Sofia Berezinski.
See, I don't know about her.
She was a refugee from the USSR. From the USSR, who came over to America with a surplus of copper. She came with 2,000 surplus copper mugs because her father was a copper manufacturer. And she had no idea. So she met Morgan and Martin in the late 30s, early 1940s. And they were like, okay, I got too much vodka. Martin says that. Morgan says, I got too much ginger beer.
Yeah.
And Berezinski says, look at all this, I got copper cups. I don't know if this drink was actually put together to be a good drink. I think it was put together to say, we need to sell some shit. And so the whole, ooh, this needs to be served into a copper cup. I don't know, maybe it tastes better.
See, this is fascinating, because the version of this story that I know left out, what's her name?
Sofia Berezinski.
Sofia Berezinski. What a melodious name.
Right.
It just completely left her out. The version of the story that I looked up, which, I mean, I guess that might be an example of history versus herstory, if you know what I'm saying.
100%. But the copper cup is so important in that. And then you have the trifecta of supply and demand.
Well, yeah.
Too much vodka, too many copper cups.
Yeah.
Too much ginger beer.
Right. It's a thing of beauty. Flats are dark and sharps are bright thing, which I do.
I do too. To me, that's hot stuff.
That's hot stuff.
Donna Summer, hot stuff, Moscow Mule.
Dude, we're gonna cheers like 20 times.
We're gonna cheers about 8 times because there's 8 songs.
Oh,
so.
but there's more than one cheers per song. It's already happened.
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule.
We've had 3 drinks at this point. I think we're feeling a little tipsy.
One might say that.
We're gonna get there a little bit more, but I think the next drink is gonna let us keep going because there is some coffee in there. This is It's All Right by Gino Socio. Yeah.
What we got here.
What do we got?
A dance floor Energizer Bunny type of situation. Just like absolute power.
It's All Right. 1982. What's the drink we're matching with It's All Right?
There's only one. To me, it's an espresso martini.
Yeah.
This is a now, I mean, I've been saying it the whole time, a now venerable classic invented by Dick Bradsell in the early 1990s because a customer came in one night and, or it may have even been in the afternoon.
Yep.
You know, we're not sure.
Maybe not. Whatever.
She was looking for something that would both wake her up and fuck her up.
This is probably the most caffeinated song on our list. I think that Gino gives us right in the pocket dance floor fare with some dark roast in that pulsating synth bass.
That synth bass is it's a mother, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like a hot, weird thing.
You know, that synth bass is in the I was messing with it and it goes, you know, E minor to A. And that is classic Dorian vibes.
That's the Dorian funk.
Couple things, like this is his 3rd biggest hit. He's from Italian descent, but he was actually born in Quebec. I think Quebec is an honorary, like it's honorable mention for being a European country.
It's as close to Europe
as you can get culturally in North America.
Yeah.
So it gets honorable mention for being Euro disco. All right, so what are we putting in this?
Well, the espresso martini. It's vodka, Kahlua, a little bit of espresso coffee, and a couple little teeny tiny dashes of simple syrup. Combat that bitterness. Although I don't like my drinks too sweet. Now I will say, ladies and gentlemen, that we are down a couple of martini glasses. We do not have martini glasses. So we're just gonna...
Are we using wine glasses?
We're using wine glasses, and we're gonna look like a couple of big stupid
This is
idiots.
our first broadcast here, so bear with us. We're using the wrong glasses. We will have all the right glasses next time. Actually, one of the funny... So, when we get into this bridge, I was thinking about the Kahlua.
Nice bridge.
I was thinking about the Kahlua. I was thinking about all the complexity that's happening with this drink. And you've got these two kind of... chords with all these extensions going on.
Yeah, man. Oh, I love talking.
You've got an E minor 9.
Yeah.
And that E minor 9 also plays on the piano. It's that doo-doo-doo-da. It's the 9 and the minor 3rd against each other. So you have this half step thing going on. And then the next riff is actually here it is, the espresso martini.
Indeed.
And the next chord is a D minor 11.
Yeah,
with
that's
a
weird.
9 on it too. It's weird.
Well, D minor 9's cool. By the way, cheers.
Cheers. That is a nice... I've never had an espresso martini, but that's a nice one.
Thank you. Yeah. D minor 9's cool in the key of E because it uses F, which is not in the key of E. But the 9 on a D minor chord is
Remember,
E.
there's an 11 thrown in there too.
Which, hang on, let me just plug that into my jazz computer real quick.
Yep, plug it into your...
It's G on top of the
Yeah.
D minor chord, which is cool in the key of E minor, because G is the 3rd in E minor. So it's like, because minor 11 chords can be kind of hard to use.
Yep.
They're just like, they don't really find their way into stuff the way that other minor variations do.
But all of this has the spike of vodka in it. Every song we've
Well, it's always that little
that pulse.
finger.
And I think this is what makes disco vodka, is this finger.
It's moving forward.
It's moving forward. It just pulses.
It's just this little thing. It's like, hey, remember, remember, you gotta dance. And this, I gotta tell you, man, something about this drink and this song, it works.
It so works. It's dark. It's
dark. It's warm. It reaches out. It gives you a hug.
It's buttery. Coffee is buttery to me. A good cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's buttery. It's round.
I mean, you gotta talk about the genius of an espresso martini.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, it's Four Loko before Four Loko. You know, it's before Loco.
And with that, the espresso martini.
We do love it.
Paired with "It's Alright" by Gino Socio.
A wizard.
A wizard of dark disco.
Mm. Yeah.
Dude, this is actually really great.
I'm good at making drinks.
This is I Like It from the Silver Convention. What are we pairing with this?
So, this one is a complicated one. In the world of bartending and the world of music, you have to deal with problems.
And the world of dealing with weird drinks.
I mean, just like in the world. Let's just say the world. Sometimes you gotta deal with situations that you don't necessarily see coming.
Yep.
So the drink I was gonna pair with this fantastic song is called the Vodka Silver Bullet. And it was originally a gin drink, which would use gin and a little bit of lemon juice with it.
Gin Silver Bullet. Or was it called the Vodka Silver Bullet, even though it was gin?
It was called the Silver Bullet.
Okay.
And then people started making it with vodka, and they took out the lemon juice.
Okay.
So the Silver Bullet, the Vodka Silver Bullet, is vodka and Kummel. Kummel is a German liqueur dating back to, I guess, the 16th century?
And by the way, I just want to interject because I went to 3 liquor wholesalers in Virginia and Maryland on my way back to New York to try to find Kummel, and none of them had it.
I looked around New York City.
Which is supposed to be the epicenter of all things, you know.
I mean, they say that.
Including maybe Kummel.
They definitely say that, but I suppose a 16th century German aperitif, which is characterized by notes of caraway, I guess that's a thing that's hard to find. So what we're going to do instead, because a big thing about bartending, I guess, is you got to use what you have.
Yep.
What we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of this. That is a nip of Elixir Novasalis, which is from the Italian Alps. It is 16% alcohol by volume, and I can say without a doubt it is one of the most unpleasant things I've ever tasted.
This is a classy mid-tempo jam. I think it's got some disco appointments. It's got some soaring strings. It's got a nice gummy clavinet. It's got bouncing piano. It's got congas. You know.
I mean, it's got all your classic disco shit.
So here's what I thought when I listened to this. It's clean. It's like the Silver Bullet reminded me of like just a train like speeding through Germany and in a very efficient way, because the Germans are very efficient.
There is efficiency. So I'm not gonna call this a Silver Bullet because there's no Kummel.
Okay.
But we got Novasalis and Galliano together. So a Silver Bullet is what you use to kill a werewolf, right?
Okay. Yes.
A stake through the heart kills a vampire. So this is the vodka stake through the heart.
Let's do this. The vodka stake through the heart. Oh shit. This song is an F.
Yeah, but there's a hidden
It comes right here. Wait, so it comes at the end of the chorus.
Yeah.
The 5 chord throughout the verse is just a C sus. It's a very clean sus.
Well, a sus chord has a glassy.
But then when you get to the
quality
chorus,
Yeah.
C7 sharp 11.
Yeah.
You got a tritone in
Dark
there. The
dominant.
tritone was the devil's interval.
As a matter of fact,
This tastes devilish to me.
Oh, this Nova Salis, though, it's so bitter forward. It's just like the horror. It shoves it right at
just
you.
the strings, they're so smooth, and then they hit this note. Ah! Anyway, this
the
is
same
the Silver Convention.
Silver Convention.
I like it.
I like it.
And we got the vodka.
Which is so funny.
Killing the werewolf vodka.
Honestly, I like it is the funniest name for
Because
this cocktail.
I don't like this.
Because I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Cheers. All right, this song is 1982's Do You Wanna Funk with Patrick Cowley and Sylvester. What are we drinking?
Well, I gotta be honest with you. You listen to a song like this, right? And what are the qualities that emerge immediately?
It's bubbly.
It's fizzy.
It's fizzy.
It's a little bit annoying.
A little bit, but not in a way that, like, I hate it.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
like
it.
it's like, oh, I can deal with how annoying this is.
Yes.
Which brings me to our drink pairing for this here thing. That's right, motherfuckers. It's the vodka soda. It's the best.
The vodka soda seems pretty basic. I feel like if I'm gonna...
But it's the best damn vodka soda you've
How
ever
do you
had.
make a vodka soda better than just a bullshit vodka soda?
Well, all right. Well, let's talk about all of that for a second.
Okay.
For my money, a little bit of cucumber and a little bit of lime. The flavors are unobtrusive enough that they can just kind of hang out in the background.
Okay.
And they're very clean. They're very fresh. I think that helps a lot with vodka soda. Because, I mean, listen to the song. It's very fizzy. It's a little bit annoying.
Yep.
But if you can take that annoying thing and put it aside, it's just about having a good time.
Okay.
Which is ultimately what a vodka soda is about.
Tell me the ingredients.
The ingredients, I mean, shit, man. It's vodka and soda.
Plus.
If you want to get fancy with it, you add a little bit of simple syrup. You add a mint leaf that you muddle in the beginning, which I am going to do because, I don't know, that's the way I'll do it. And we don't have any cucumber around, so there's no cucumber. But if that's your vibe, who am I, you know? Who am I?
To judge.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, while he's making this drink, I'm going to tell you a little about the song. All right. 1982. This was released in 82. Elephant in the Room 2. This is Patrick Cowley again and Sylvester. Patrick Cowley was from upstate New York. He was from Rochester.
Rochester. I've been there.
Yep, I have too. Sylvester was from LA. But the reason it's on this playlist is because this song was mostly successful in Europe. It became a top 10 hit in Norway, of all
Norway?
places.
Now,
Yeah.
quick thing
You know,
here.
can I cut it in for a second?
Do not pulverize your mint. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Pulverized mint tastes bad. Don't pulverize your mint.
Just
lightly.
muddle it a bit.
Just you don't have to beat the crap out of it. You know.
All right. So in 1978, Sylvester invited Patrick Cowley to join his studio band after being wowed by his innovative synth techniques. And I gotta say, I know you think this song's annoying, but like, listen to these synth techniques. These are innovative sounds. When you're thinking about,
I enjoy the synths.
when you're thinking about 1982, like, this is very innovative. What I think about this too is sort of like the marriage of these flavors: the mint, the seltzer, the simple syrup. And
I mean,
it's kind of a marriage of personalities to me.
The sugar only exists to counteract the alcohol, right?
So what sort of like drew me to the marriage of the flavors was the marriage of personalities in this band. Because you've got Patrick Cowley, who is this like dude from upstate New York who is literally is sitting there. He's an introverted dude. He's hanging out in his house in upstate New York, just figuring out synthesizers for the first time. And then you got Sylvester, who is a talented singer.
But here's this drink.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Sorry about that. It's like probably fine.
So when I'm tasting this, oh my gosh, it's fantastic. This is the best damn vodka soda I've ever had.
Oh, shut up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a marriage of mint. It's a marriage of vodka, the pulsatingness.
The thing is, with a vodka soda, it is such a blank canvas. All you gotta do is tweak it a little bit.
But this is what Sylvester saw in, like, a little bit of Sylvester's life. I mean...
Because I know nothing about this man.
He was a great man.
Yeah.
Okay. He had such a crazy life. He was born in L.A. He was born in Watts, Los Angeles. He moved to Missouri, and he was family friends with Etta James, and he used to have wild, sexy parties at Etta James's house without her permission. Without her permission while she was on tour.
Whoa.
Wild, sexy parties.
Whoa. I mean, if there's anything in the world that I enjoy, it's a wild, sexy party.
And this tastes like a wild, sexy party to me.
Which is crazy, because it's literally just vodka.
It's just vodka and soda.
Vodka, which is supposed to taste like water. Soda water, which is water. And mint.
It's bubbly. It's exciting to me. It makes me feel like I'm on a dance floor. I'm in Studio 54 right now. You know?
No cocaine involved.
Presents everything progressive. And Patrick Cowley represents this fucking nerd living in Rochester, just sitting around with his synthesizers.
Yeah.
And it's almost...
Why can't I turn the knobs?
But it's actually so...
And find something that will connect with people.
It's actually so beautiful, the fact that, like, Sylvester on one side of things saw the talent of Patrick Cowley, even though he was a fucking nerd. He was sitting around in his basement playing with synthesizers, and Sylvester was out doing everything in his life and living his life, and he was like, I want this guy to be in my band.
No, but
because
dude,
he recognized
but
talent.
that is what makes the music business, or I mean beyond the music business, that's what makes music move forward. It's like somebody who's this natural showman, somebody who just like understands what it is in a person that will get them going, right?
Yep.
Just like I'm gonna wail at you and you're gonna feel it, but there's a technical thing that I need to tap into at the same time. It's like it's the two sides of it, and that, I mean, that's what's so fascinating about much of music, right?
Like, honestly, cheers to Sylvester.
Dude.
Cheers to the best damn vodka soda.
Cheers to the best damn vodka soda. The drink pairing for this here tune, which, by the way, is Giorio Moroder's I Wanna Funk With You Tonight, which is the second use of the word funk as a substitute.
Do you want to funk with me and I want to funk with you
It's a substitute for another dirtier word, you know what I mean?
Let's keep this clean for the kids.
For my money, dude, there is only one drink that goes with this tune. And it comes to you from the banks. I guess it isn't banks, because an ocean doesn't have banks. An ocean has beaches.
Yeah.
And this is from Los Angeles, California, yet again, my hometown, right? Ooh. There's just, I don't know why, but this song, it just screamed at me with this one drink pairing, man. Because Harvey was a professional surfer who apparently had a bad day at a contest, right? There was a surf contest that our boy Harvey was at, and he apparently did not have a satisfactory performance at said surfing contest. And he found himself at a bar on Manhattan Beach, California, and I only say on pardon me while I shake this here orange juice. This is a drink. The orange juice was added later. This is part of the fascination that I have with this here drink. Our boy Harvey, right? Our boy Harvey, he went to the bar after his surf contest because he wiped out, and he wiped out bad. Like, he wiped out bad, okay? He wiped out with the kind of bad that precipitated the type of behavior within him that he was at this bar shooting vodka and Galliano until the bitter hours of the night. Aromatics, it definitely will.
Here we go to the Harvey Wallbanger.
The Harvey Wallbanger with some Giorio Moroder, because you take that European influence of his and you just mash it in with some disco.
So a little bit of this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is citrus and vanilla, and I really feel this here. 1977.
It's hard citrus.
This is coming out 1977.
Yeah.
Here to Eternity album.
I mean, Galliano is citrusy as hell.
The backup vocals are credited only to Giet, Lucy, and Betsy. They don't even give the... It's sexy. They give these people, I want to fuck. I don't know who they are. Their first names only.
Yeah.
Giet, Lucy, and
what an
Betsy.
Amazing thing.
Everything else?
You got these people on there, and they're singing the most pornographic shit you can think of. And you don't even know who they are.
You got Donna Summer to do that, but you don't even know who these people are.
This cat, Harvey, ended up at the bar after he wiped out bad in a surf contest, and he ended up doing shots of Galliano and vodka, the two main ingredients of this here Harvey Wallbanger.
Well, listen.
And he ended up banging his head into the wall of this fucking bar. The brick wall, it's just, you can only imagine the horror that his friends
I hear this
witnessed.
Banging on the floor
Isn't
right now.
it, though? Isn't
but
it
the fact is, like, they all these songs have a bang and they all have a spike.
But this bang is unhinged.
It's unhinged, but I also
it's like you can almost take a second and listen to this dude's skeletal blood.
Here's the thing.
Going down the wall. Gio's a genius.
Yeah.
We haven't even, you know what's hilarious is I've spent this entire time and I haven't even talked about Giorio once. Because Giorgio's, and you know what? I don't even care that this is going to make me sound like some sort of colossal moron. But
don't worry, cheers. One more cheers. Okay, good. Okay.
Giorio,
colossal moron time.
Giorio is so good that he can just slide right under everything you're thinking.
I agree, like,
that
it's still good.
He's so good. He's so good that you don't even necessarily have to think about how good he is.
Yep.
But here's what's interesting to me is that he shows up on a Daft Punk record 30 years later.
Yeah.
And people are wondering, who is this guy?
Oh, I invented this shit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's just like, he's there. He's an architect.
And that's Euro Disco, by the way. And this is our final drink.
Oh, we're here.
We're here.
Oh, we are here.
I think we're a little buzzed right now, but we are really excited to have our final drink right now.
It's entirely possible.
This is called Hooked on You by Cerrone.
Send it, brother. So, what is this?
I mean, this is a song that is all about minor but also major. It's a 6,
well, but
4,
I think
and a
there's
5.
Sure, but there's
Tell me about the flavors, Jackson.
But there's a thing that's worth talking about. It's called Party Minor.
Party Minor.
Party Minor.
It's not even minor. It's like...
Because, like, ultimately, major, minor is this, like, ephemeral thing that musicians give a shit about.
Yeah.
But when people hear it on the dance floor,
it doesn't
really
even... I feel like Party Minor is not even really minor to me.
Doesn't matter very much.
So what are we drinking right now?
Well, we have a drink. There's a drink here that is sort of... It may be a little silly in its conception, but its intention is very pure. It's called the Woo Woo.
The Woo Woo.
Yeah. The Woo Woo. Because the cocktail we decided to pair it with, or rather, the tune we decided to pair it with.
Cerrone.
Hooked on You, Woo Woo. It rhymes, man. And quite frankly, I mean, I don't know if that's the best I could come up with at this time. But sometimes things rhyme and it just works out. I don't know.
But this is Cerrone from 1981. He was a French drummer turned producer. This is called Hooked on You. And I feel like something refreshing. And what's more refreshing than cranberry juice?
There ain't nothing more refreshing than cranberry juice. This is definitely a riff on some of the cocktails we've been messing around with earlier on. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. It would only follow that the various things we've been fucking around with would find their way to a more advanced form later on.
100%.
You know?
What's in this drink? What's in the woo-woo?
I mean, the woo-woo is quite frankly a silly thing that I enjoy because it's silly. It's an extension on a few of the cocktails that we've been dealing with.
Okay.
It's like a Cosmo and a Harvey and a couple other things.
It's literally everything combined in a way that, like, I think it caps off this playlist.
I mean, I agree because peach schnapps is like super silly, and I
haven't had peach schnapps since I was in high school.
I mean, yeah, man. And this is the first appearance of peach schnapps
in my life since 2003.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that even a little bit. This is definitely the first appearance of peach schnapps since 2003.
So what's in here? There's some peach taste, there's some cranberry juice taste, there's some lime
It's
taste.
peach. It's the reason it's woo-woo is because woo-woo is like, it's the simplest thing you could think of.
Yeah.
And woo-woo is just, it's vodka, peach, lime, and fucking...
Let's fucking
cran.
do it, man.
I mean, I don't even know if it's cran. There's no cran.
Is there
It's
cran?
definitely cran. It's
Good.
cran, peach, and lime.
This is everything we wanted in disco all at the same time.
I mean, yeah, dude. And I suppose what is the most beautiful thing about disco is that here I am, unable to describe to you the differences between peach, cran, and lime and every other fucking thing that we've had. And the truth is, who knows?
I don't know.
Because ultimately,
Let's shake it up and do it.
The agreement between bartender and bartendee is just like, are we doing this?
Also, by the way, if you're digging this, I think it's gotten, I don't know comment. Please like and subscribe. And comment on whether or not you think the end of the podcast where we're hammered or the beginning of the podcast where we think we're spouting good facts is better. Just comment on that.
Yeah.
This is our first
hey,
podcast.
Listen,
This is our first YouTube video. Just be honest with us.
If us being hammered is legitimate entertainment, we would like to be affirmed.
Ronnie is a drummer and a producer.
Hey man, I didn't know any of that, and I'm like a professional musician.
So Ronnie, how did you not know about this guy that performed with Nile Rodgers?
I mean, I love Nile Rodgers.
Performed with Toto. Human Nature Toto.
I love Toto.
And the Beastie Boys.
I mean, all of that is very significant, and I can't get the ice to unbind from this fucking cocktail.
Jackson, can you, before we drink this woo, can you recite the ingredients one more time?
Yeah, I will. You got an ounce of vodka. You got a half an ounce of peach schnapps. It's 2 ounces of cranberry juice. For those of you who don't fully understand what the abbreviation cran means.
I get that.
Yeah. And then a half an ounce of lime, if you want. Because I tend not to like my cocktails too sweet, and a half an ounce of lime really helps it out. Mm-hmm. So listen, with the final cheers of the episode.
Final cheers of the episode, the woo woo.
Woo woo. It's a big, dumb drink, and we're gonna drink it because we're dumb. Ultimately, I suppose, what vodka is about, and Eurodisco to a certain extent, it's about letting go and having fun. It's about just like, yeah, dude, fuck it, whatever. You know?
And that's why that's why it's vodka. Because it's so pure.
If you order a vodka soda at a bar, I mean, listen, I'm no experienced bartender, but if somebody orders a vodka soda from me, I have reasonable evidence to expect that they don't necessarily want to talk to me about flavors. You know?
I agree. They just want
to have a good time.
They just want you to move to 4-4.
Move quickly and have a good time. That is ultimately what this music is about. Move quickly.
Shameless plug, we play in the band Bad Business.
It's not a shameless plug, it's our band.
Yeah, it's a shameful plug.
It's a shameful plug.
Shameful plug. We play in the band Bad Business. We're going to be here with you guys, showing you what kind of drinks you should drink with each type of song. Every couple of weeks. Stay tuned.
Spirits and sounds.
Spirits and sounds. Imbibe the vibe.
Imbibe.
Cheers.
The vibe.
Have a great day or a great night wherever you guys are in your whatever your time zone.
A great sunrise.
A great sunrise. A great sunset.
Whatever you got. We're doing, I guess.
I'm Jackson. You're Jackson. I'm Alex.
He's Alex. I'm Jackson.
Take your spirit and sound and imbibe the vibe. Next time we're going to talk about rum, and we're going to take it to the other side of the pond.
Oh, we're doing
talk about American disco. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great day wherever you are in your time zone. Good day or good night.